Hope I had the settings correct. I didn't even check. I've been so distracted looking at other things this morning. Yeah, okay, we got mask on. It looks like a large map. Hopefully we're good to go. Excuse me. Is there iron down here? No, there's water down there. That's actually kind of almost usable. I was kind of hoping for a nice little iron patch in the middle of this silicon, but it's rare. So it's just a bit of a gamble, scanning this direction and being like, maybe there's iron! Alright, where'd our expansive... Whoa, way up here. A lot of ice up here, okay.
Medium levels of aluminum found. Low levels of carbon found.
Whoa, okay. This is risky, but I'm doing it.
Well done on finding it. Now then,
I could have found it deeper into the silicon because there was plenty left over, but that's fine. I think I can use this. Sell, sell, buy, sell, sell, sell. And there's high aluminum and high water nearby. This might be usable, depending on what exactly everybody else around here does. This might be usable. Got the steel coming in. We'll have to send it carefully ourselves, obviously, but hopefully that should be okay. We're just waiting. 20 steel each, and they send immediately at that point. That, thankfully, we can dodge because we found it early enough, even if pirates come up, and we had to let them go for whatever reason, which is unlikely, because we'll probably just bid ridiculously high on them if we have to. We can send all this steel ahead of time, and even get, like, real stupid from here. This guy's taking the water, so we won't have the access to those nice water resources, which sucks. But what we can do is go ahead and grab, like... Oh, man. Hopefully grab... No! Somebody took our aluminum. You guys founding scavenger in here are insane. Okay, we'll just have to rely on them selling aluminum, because he committed 2 tiles to it. And it is a claim auction, so that's good as well. I'm not seeing a lot of water on this map. A lot of it's down here in this corner. We don't really want to use that at all. Everybody's up on the northern half of the map, and the guy with the best access to water is the robotic player right here. Now, we don't have any aluminum right now. We could get aluminum before long, but we don't have any right now. Okay. We'll just wait on the steel shipment. We can be a little bit patient with it, save a little bit on fuel costs, things of that nature. We need most of it anyway. Okay, we can actually secure a little aluminum for ourselves if we want to, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to take this tile here, get down 1 aluminum mine. And that'll hopefully secure me through anything I need to be secured through. Sell off the steel to make sure we've got plenty. No, I need most of that steel, so hold on. Send me a little bit of steel, please. Get this up. Oh, man, can I actually... Hold on. Send me more steel. Ah, man, I had a chance at a 2 and I missed it. A 2,000 would have been totally worthwhile right now. A 3,000 would have been good too. Now it's all the way up to 5, and that's just kind of ridiculous, so we won't take it for the time being. It's kind of ridiculous for this point in the map. We'll get this glass down. We can grab a goon squad for fairly cheap just to go ahead and use our black market time up and hopefully be okay. Now, obviously, we have too much glass production. But we have glass production down, we have steel production down, and we have aluminum coming in with the potential to mutiny aluminum if it gets too expensive. So, with luck, we'll be able to use these to go ahead and power through upgrades fairly effectively. With glass being kind of the primary resource we might sell at any given point. Now, there is also still water tiles to take here, so that might work out fairly well for us. Make sure we're feeding enough glass in that we can keep making glass, keep purchasing up what we need to. Might not even go into food right away because power is looking kind of important. So we might go into power fairly quickly here.
The black market is online.
Black market's online, that's fine. Steel's still doing okay, it's just power that's costing us a ridiculous amount of money. Sell off. I was really hoping that would push me to upgrade, but unfortunately aluminum's almost as expensive as steel right now. Tell you what, we'll do that, upgrade. Okay. Food. Ah, power's so expensive to put down too, because silicon's so ridiculous. We can just take a little silicon right now if we need to. And even maybe scrap some of this glass, because we have so much glass, we don't really need it. We just need the potential for it in the future. Go into additional silicon, allow that to make us our power transition before we're just dead. Because we're relying on swift upgrades here, but I don't know how much we can do that. Precisely. Yeah, let's do it. Pirates are good, but man, that's a lot of debt. Okay.
I hate those filthy bandits.
Cancel both of those. Well, the nice thing is nobody else will be in our glass market. I don't know why I'm selling silicon. I can just collect silicon to move into my power and hopefully be okay. With any luck, the glass, steel, and aluminum will keep carrying me through, like I'm hoping it will, but there's really no guarantee at this point. Which is why we went ahead and switched our glass into silicon, some of it, because, well, silicon's just really darn good right now. And power's really darn expensive too. Okay. Steel, I'm almost tempted just to turn the steel off. Glass is coming up, which is good. Probably as people try and move into things like farms and so on and so forth. Still 5,000 for the claim. I think we can make that happen fairly easily. There. Yep, come on, come back. 5,000 for the claim. Go ahead and claim that. We'll throw down probably another solar panel on it, and then we'll be looking for that upgrade to get to HQ level 4. Bit awkward to be doing this as scientific, but I think we can make it work. I'd love to get into farms before too long, but actually, can I? Can I just put a farm down here instead of a solar panel? I've already got enough solar panels down for the moment. And I can transition these into solar panels now that I have a silicon income. Especially once I've upgraded. Like, I can just move these into solar panels fairly easily, actually. Especially if I sell off some glass. Or I can just upgrade. Throw down another farm there. Still think it's best to move these into solar panels for the time being. We can change them back later. If we have to. They're there. Okay. Okay. Move these into farms before long. We still have 3 claims left. So what do I want to put down with these 3 claims? Let's sell some silicon. A patent lab sounds nice. We can probably make good use of that. An engineering lab would be good. These might not stay as solar panels for all that long. But I'm hoping it'll be long enough to have covered the cost. Because obviously, they just get... Oh, come on. Go away. That's not even the right farm! Whatever. Sell aluminum. Put down a little more aluminum production. Actually, we'll just mutiny that as well. And put down this farm here. Where is the geotherm? Okay, show it to me. Yeah, it's pretty far away, but 5,000 is still cheap for a claim, so I mean, I'll take it. A lot of mutinies getting thrown around right now. I don't know what the deal is there. Like, especially mutinies on farms, because this is only $34 a second you're getting out of it, whereas I'm getting 90 a second plus out of my mutiny on aluminum. So, yeah, food's real expensive, but you gotta think about exactly all the different interactions in the market to see if it'll actually work out in your favor. Now, can I put this glass furnace back down? No, because steel's expensive. Well, how tanked is power right now? I'm honestly not sure. Like, Niven's got some down. There's some down. There's not a lot. We have another claim we can commit to. We could even put it down over here, and that might be okay. Because I do want to be making steel. There's really no question about that. I want to be making steel if I can pull it off. I could go for superconductor for kind of a longer-term power play. Maybe that's alright. Because I want to use the patent lab, obviously. The food is good. The food should be making us plenty of money with all its adjacency bonuses, especially once the mutiny is gone. The aluminum is still good. It would be good to get back into steel, though, before long. Tell you what. Why don't I do this? Just kind of inch this closer. Move this into steel, because steel's back up at like 100.
expansive.
No way, I've still got some
colony
power, enough power online once the solar panels are online to be okay. Move this back into glass like I wanted to. Man, steel's expensive. Alright, people just expanded, so we can sell aluminum, and that's great, because so many people expanded, it drove aluminum's price up pretty substantially. So that's really good for us. Look at all these mutinies. There. I fixed it. It's because I'm a gracious person. I didn't want him to sit there and watch his money leak out to somebody else. That would just be horrifying. Yep, got myself frozen. That's what I get. Give me all that stuff, please. Let's see. Carbon scrubbing, nanotech. All this stuff is pretty darn good, actually. I can definitely make use of it. Slant drilling is really, really tempting, though, on this map in particular. They're all pretty expensive, but I'm hoping I can use them just because my glass production is so strong and my steel production is adequate. Alright. Got myself blowed up. Shouldn't be any real surprise. Sell down the food. Push for an upgrade would be wonderful. Steel's just so expensive, though. Okay, somebody bought a piece of stock. Asimov does not have enough to actually finish off Niven, so I'm not going to worry about it because it's not my problem. Reactors would be good before long, but the farms are okay for the time being. Obviously, these ones are far more profitable than this one because of the difference in water prices, but... Did I really put an iron mine down? Oh, come on. Whatever, just upgrade. Make that claim there. Pirates would be kind of nice. We could even add to our glass production, potentially. Asimov's going after me? Asimov, you gotta commit, man. You gotta commit when you go after somebody. What do you want with me, anyways? I've just been ignoring you this whole time? That's over. Alright, have fun. Okay, I've got the steel back down. This is all hooked up. We can even potentially, at this point, go into... Well, I could just make a bunch of ice condensers, but that doesn't seem like the right play. Might be better to go into electrolysis and hope that other people bring water down with their ice condensers. They have so many down already. With any luck, I'll be alright. Another option is to just move into electronics, which actually might not be a bad idea right now. Like, get some electronics down, get an engineering lab down before long. That looks like the right play. 4. Go ahead and goon there. Lab there. Alright, Niven and Asimov are just going after each other. So, while they're all doing that, why don't we go after someone actually valuable to go after if we can pull it off?
The black market is online.
131,000 is what we need for the shift buy, so that's still a long ways off. Man. Water's staying high. Food's doing alright, though, and a lot of other people are going to have to turn off their water in order to keep being okay. Electronics are still fine. We did get pirated. That's unfortunate. I talked about adding another glass furnace. That never really happened. Oh well. The electronics production is down. We could grab a claim, but 35,000 is way too much for it. Wells is protecting himself. 119,000 there. That's fine. No, I don't really want to upgrade steel. Come back. Get rid of this. Upgrade this. How are Offworlds? I never even checked. Been so busy doing other things this game. Offworlds are actually really good. So why don't we see if we can actually make that happen? Do I have thinking machines? No. Let's start that if I'm going to play on an Offworld. Do I scrap this for one? Maybe it's okay?
Your stock is being bought.
Yeah, let's do it. Wells is after me. Shoot. How much does he have? Not all that much, actually. Alright, well, if I'm going to go for the off-world play, it makes a lot of sense to just defend myself. Okay. Now I should upgrade steel production, because I didn't commit to electronics quite as hard as I was expecting to. Okay, Wells is partially into me, I'm partially into me, and Asimov is partially into me. Asimov is mostly owned by Niven, because for some reason he decided to poke the bear. Not a good plan on his part. I need to watch out for the ability to do something like buy Clark. We'll buy one more bit of me. That gives me half of me. We'll push for this claim because we can definitely use this claim. I did pick up slant drilling. This water is just bad. Or sorry, this food is just bad at this point. Which is a bit surprising. I don't know why people kept driving food down after they completely destroyed it the initial time, but I should have made sure I could actually put reactors down in place. Nope, that didn't happen. 20,000. That is an awful lot. Awful, awful, awful lot. And what do we throw down here? We could go real crazy and put chem labs down over here. Actually, we could do that. It's an expensive transition. Maybe I should have kept the food up to tear through the pirates since they weren't worth anything. That was a huge mistake. I should have just kept the food up. Tell you what, we'll just throw down water pumps. Water's pretty valuable, but we can leave them there for a while. They're fairly cheap to put down. It's a fairly easy transition to do while I'm focusing on all this other stuff. So we'll just go with it. Should be fine. Keep the engineering lab running if I can. Yep. Upgrade steel a bit more. Steel's quite valuable. Oh man. Sell, sell, sell. Oh, come on, work with me here. This is why I actually wanted to get reactors down, if I could. Niven's halfway to buying us, except Niven's just bought somebody else, so we're okay. Go ahead and get this goon squatted, since Thinking Machines isn't up yet. It almost is. Yep, Wells buying into us some more. That's fine, hopefully. And can I make this transition into reactors yet, please? Not quite, it doesn't look like. Reactors are so good. Electronics are doing fine. That's all good. Okay, let's do it. There we go. Steel's still strong. Power is also super strong right now. And glass not so much. Tell you what, we'll do this to get into some additional silicon to hopefully help out our power. I just sold silicon like an idiot. We'll move into these solar panels with superconductor. That'll let us transition this into more steel more easily. Hopefully other people will be pushing to Offworlds during all of this. That's kind of the goal, is to predict what they're going to do with all this stuff. Okay.
The black market is
send. No, I don't want to auto send. I just want to send one. There we go. Okay, send a couple fuel. Wells is halfway to buying us, so we really need to get him finished off before long. Let's upgrade steel again. These shortages are really killing me. I have 180,000+ debt. I think I let power just go for too long this game. It's a big part of what happened. Man, Wells is so close to buying us. And a lot of it's just going to be that shortage taking us down. Like, he probably bought into it fairly heavily. 83,000 is what we require to finish him off. We're at about 25 right now. The question is, do we pay down debt or do we just go for it? I think we just go for it. Because if we get one Offworld launch done, we've got it. We also have fuel coming in fairly consistently. Ah, our Offworld, I didn't notice our goon had already been torn through. Now I have to fix it. That's awful. Okay. Wells is making money mostly off of these reactors, so we're going to shut that down. He doesn't have much else coming in anywhere from what I can see. I guess it's power as well is the other problem. We could try and dynamite his power to try and put a bit of a stop to that. Nope, got defended. That sucks. Okay. Our electronics is doing something, but not much. I think we're just going to have to rely on this send happening eventually. Because it's only 84,000 for us to finish him off. Oh, come on! The other one? Oh yeah, we did bounce it at him, so he just sent it back at us. I guess I should have expected that. Okay, and now is where we start taking on a massive amount of debt. Yay. Should have purchased a goon to protect the Offworld instead. I mean, with Thinking Machines, it'll be back up and running momentarily. Can't afford to do anything with this patent lab. Don't have nanotech, so can't even scrap it or do anything crazy like that. Silicon's coming in nicely. 78. Oh, are we there? We're totally there. Whew. Okay, good. That was scary. Okay, we have these geotherms now, but we also took on all of his power requirements, which were apparently more than I expected them to be. And of course it is nighttime, so there's that. Okay, we can actually use the patent lab now. Let's grab up... Actually, let's grab teleportation, because that looks pretty cool. Steel's not doing so hot anymore. We managed to very effectively destroy that, so we're going to make some... chems. Where did I start? I started teleportation. Okay, that's fine. The Offworld is still running. We still have Thinking Machines, so that's all good. Excuse me, guys. I'm losing it right now with my voice. Sorry about that. Carbon's coming in, which is nice. It's a benefit of grabbing a scavenger. We have his reactors. I don't know if we need his reactors. They're okay. There's no resources under them. So it's kind of difficult to transition them into a whole lot. Chems are doing well. Let's go ahead and upgrade Chems, actually. And I'd love to throw down another engineering lab. Would require upgrading him or transitioning some of his buildings over. I don't know what these are doing here. That's just awkward. I could just grab a claim. But no, I don't want to do that. I'd like to just upgrade him. There we go. That drives Carbon pretty high. Carbon Strubbing's probably already been taken, and I got to make sure my Offworld keeps launching. That's fine. I can't even add to these reactors. We could just keep beefing up our fuel production, because we know that should stay fairly strong the whole time. Let's see what Niven's up to. Niven's off. Does he have reactors down? He's probably putting them down right now. Let's grab an EMP. There we go. Knock those out. His power's doing fine, but we had superconductor, so that's kind of what we've been riding on. This is a superconductor idea. How are we doing on all this stuff? Actually, you know what we should do is buy up the rest of Niven that we can. Okay, there. He finished defending himself. What does it take for us to shift by Clark? Oh, we could have done it. Shoot, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, let's finish it up, especially because we hit an auction. Now, it says Niven's halfway to buying us, which is kind of true and kind of not true. 7,000. Because obviously obviously our stock price is about to go up dramatically, right? Yeah, sure, keep betting on it, whatever. Farms would be good. We don't really have any of those down, but everything we do have down is still solid and making quite a lot of money, so hopefully we'll be okay. We did just acquire this guy, so we need to fix this, because this is all just bad. Let's be honest. This is all just bad. There. There's a bunch of farms down. Those should work reasonably well. Carbon scrubbing was taken a long time ago by Herbert, so he's getting quite a lot of benefit out of that. Is there more carbon nearby to take? Well, whether there is or not, I'd have to upgrade to get it. Oh, carbon surplus, though. That could be actually pretty good for us. Make sure this Offworld keeps running. We could try and build another Offworld. It's so strong, this game, we might be able to get away with it, especially because we have these useless claims and thinking machines already taken. Now, the game's still going to be a little difficult to finish out, a little bit more so than I wish it was. How are these chems doing? These chems are quickly becoming garbage. Get back out of them, back into steel, because steel's still amazing. Make sure the patent lab is getting us nanotech. There we are. And what do we need? We need 621, and then half of that, so 900. Yeah, unfortunately, Niven's actually still halfway to buying us. Now, we have a lot of debt to pay off. So with any luck, we'll be okay based on that. All this electronics production is only barely okay. Realistically, we would need to upgrade it a lot more for it to actually be good. Glass production could be pretty strong. We've got a little bit. We need to add to it. We can just put a glass furnace down right here. Let's do some of that. Power's still fine. I mean, steel's amazing. Steel's making us so much money right now. Might even be worthwhile to add down a couple more steel mills instead of these electronics factories. They're expensive to put down because iron's so nuts, but we're making so much steel at any given time. It's probably all right. Let's improve some glass. Go ahead and make sure the Offworlds are launching constantly. There we are. Nobody else has Offworlds online. I don't think anybody else can quite afford the transition with steel being this nuts. And hopefully we'll be able to just knock them down as they come up. Keep buying up black market, but I'm not going to use it unless I see a real good reason. This power could be a good reason. He's not making money off of it, though, just paying debt, so I'm not too worried about it right now. None of this is really functional. This is functional. Let's get rid of that. There we go. We have a lot of water coming in that I really don't need, mostly from down here, some here, there, everywhere. Teleportation finished itself up. Nanotex has also finished itself up, so that's all good. Perpetual motion is an option. Virtual reality is an option, but I think the best option is to scrap this thing and get down another engineering lab so we can keep powering through with those. Let's upgrade electronics a bit. Should be fine. Okay, yep, Offworlds are still sending. 655 is what we need to finish off Herbert, which gives us halfway to Niven. We're just about there now, so let's just take it. That also drives up our stock price significantly, so we're going to be okay, and gives us access to all this currently frozen glass production and whatever this is. These are electronics factories. And there's the concede from Mr. Cubes. Very reasonable. That game was over. Ooh, it was a bit of a game. People got close again. People got close again. We were doing some silly things at some silly times, but there's just this idea of that if you get into a fight with somebody for whatever reason, you got to finish it quickly and then push on through. Now, interestingly enough, Cubes was actually sitting on 2 people for quite some time. So I don't know exactly what went down there. And he had decent production for a while. But I don't know exactly what happened. Like, we ended up with these, like, huge sets of reactors that were just turned off for large periods of time. Things like that. I'd have to go back and look at the game in detail to give a good recap of it, because I was having enough trouble just focusing on myself. I didn't really look around at other people too much. Let's see. Well, we sold a lot of electronics. We never flooded electronics too much, so the price stayed strong, which was kind of nice, even though we managed to sell quite a lot of them. It was actually our single most valuable on-world commodity, was the electronics factories. It was very helpful that carbon was staying just high enough to drive a lot of people away from it. And then we only committed like 3 factories ourselves, and then we bought 4 more that unfortunately weren't working for adjacency bonuses. And that's something I should have considered a lot faster, was the fact that we had 3 scientific electronics factories and then 4 non-scientifics. So they weren't getting adjacency bonuses because of voodoo magic, no logic reasons. So that was kind of frustrating. We had this silicon we never used. A lot of silicon coming in from over here. And I think that was also quite valuable. Like, we sold 121,000 in silicon, so that was good. That worked out reasonably well. It was just, I don't know. It was a nice little game where our game plan kind of worked, of just committing to making sure we could get those upgrades. And then we had enough production by the time anybody attacked us that we were able to strike back. It was Wells who decided to attack us. But if anybody else had come after us, I think they would have also had a hard time. So it went well. We also got to use the patent lab a lot. Like, we had a lot of technology from the engineering lab, and then 5 patents: slant drilling, thinking machines, teleportation, nanotech, and superconductor. You can't argue with that, especially on a map that looks like this. Having slant drilling, that's pretty darn good. I liked it. It was good stuff. All right. That is going to wrap this